What is up, everyone? I'm Conyer, and what you see behind me is a cherry blossom village. And no, I did not actually go and place all of these blocks myself. This was naturally spawned by a Datapack, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And I can walk through here, see all the villagers talking to each other and farming and doing their chores. Look in someone's house. This is the shepherd. He's got some sheep in his backyard. Now, this particular village happened to spawn right on the side of a cliff, so if you look down this way, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can see all the buildings below. It's pretty big, so it extended into a biome that is actually not cherry, and if you just look straight back up the cliff, you can see everything just towering above you. I absolutely love how these villages turned out. They look wonderful. And arguably even better at night. Look at this. The village just comes straight up the cliff and then kind of starts to disappear into the cherry forest. Also, there's another village off in the distance. That's just a regular one. Pay no attention to it. Now, if you saw my first episode of the Redstone SMP, you may have seen me visit one of these cherry villages, and then I mentioned that I was going to talk about it later. Well, now's the time. The entire data pack that actually adds these into the game was written by me. However, I am not that great of a builder. I did not build all of these structures myself. Part of adding a custom structure to the game is actually going into Minecraft and building the structure by hand. And while I did build some of it, including that little pink awning center right behind me, most of this was actually built by my other friends from the Redstone SMP. There are contributions in here from Marizu, Vexen, Davis Called Fred, Button, and the one who did the absolute most and is the complete MVP of this project, Raven Ravel, who you may have seen on my channel before. Raven built pretty much all of these Japanese-inspired houses, like this one right here, and the absolute best thing that she built actually was not spawned in this particular village, so I am going to grab a structure block and show you what it is right now, because it is so cool. Okay, I believe that's the name of it. Let's see. Oh, yep, okay. And boom, look at this thing. It's so freaking cool. Oh, that's all gravel that fell out of it. Well, you get the idea. It's one of these giant Japanese archway-looking things. This structure will spawn in about one out of every, I don't know, 5 or 6 villages that you find, so it's a bit rare. But yes, this is absolutely my favorite thing in this entire project, by far. Also, when you spawn it in with structure blocks, it spawns these jigsaws. And yes, just like regular villages, these villages are actually generated using jigsaw blocks. Which brings me to my next big point. Aside from just being added to the Redstone SMP, these villages are actually a part of a much larger project called THUNDERBIRDS WORLDGEN. It's a joint effort between myself, Raven Ravel, and Dr. Plasma, where Raven handles most of the building, I handle most of the Datapack programming, and Plasma is actually working with changing how WorldGen works and adding new biomes, which is super cool. So if you want to see more of that, definitely stick around and go check out their channels. And on the topic of these jigsaw blocks, well, Raven and I are actually working on another village type right now, and I was thinking that in the process of actually programming those villages, I would make a video tutorial about how jigsaw blocks work and how to use them for yourself if you want to make your own Datapack stuff. So again, stick around and let me know if you want to see that. But okay, you saw the title, you saw the thumbnail, there's something I've been hiding, and I think it's finally time to address that. And that is, of course, the Mangrove Village. These really cool looking villages also happen to be present on the Redstone SMP, and when we built them we were going for a much different vibe. They're pretty much completely hidden in the trees until you actually happen upon one yourself. On the Redstone SMP I have run into a few of them, and it's very frequent that I don't even know I've found one until I'm already inside it. They're very well hidden. And again, overall I am super happy with how these came out. Just like with the cherry villages, again I was the Datapack programmer and Raven was pretty much the head builder, but we did also have a bunch of help building from all of the people mentioned previously, as well as another Redstone SMP member named Wicked. And in fact, Wicked's contribution was this big gazebo town center, and honestly, this is probably my favorite thing in the Mangrove Village. It turned out really, really cool. And of course, just like the Cherry Village, I will go ahead and give you a preview of what these things look like at night. We tried to keep with an overall theme of only using soul type lights, so soul lanterns and soul torches, of course with a couple exceptions like the frog lights that you see in front of me. But overall, the effect is that these villages become quite spooky to walk through at night, and that is Exactly what we were going for. I love these so much because it feels like there's always something around a new corner that you just haven't explored yet. They kind of feel like a little maze, and it's really cool and really kind of cozy. Now, if you've made it this far, you've probably already guessed that both of these data packs can be downloaded in the video description. They are separate data packs, so you can take one or both of them. And one other technical note is that because they deal with world gen stuff, you can't just drop the data pack in and then type /reload like you can with most of my data packs. Anything involving world gen requires you to actually shut down and restart your world. So either restart your server or restart your single player world, you get the idea. And by the way, if you put this data pack into a creative world just because you want to find a village, this is the command, and you can select either Village Cherry or Village Mangrove to find either one of those respectively. Thank you so much for watching, my dudes. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully for more Thunderbird World Gen content. Get it? Thunderbird, because Plasma is like thunder and Raven and I are both named after birds? I think I'm funny sometimes. Just let me keep believing that.